Okay, now let's proceed to the fourth process of simulation modeling, which is input data collection. Now, it is important to note that yung pagko-collect ng data in training simulators, it differs significantly from that of traditional simulation model. So, what is the difference? The difference is that yung type of data na kino-collect natin dito includes mga graphics, images, movie clips, and sound files. Hindi lang textual data. So below, we are going to discuss the following. So how do we collect data, how do we analyze data, and how do we edit data. So let's start with collecting data. So let's start with collecting data. Now here, we are going to collect different kinds of data talaga, hindi lang textual. This includes mathematical, graphic, movie, sound type data. Lahat yan siya. And each of these different types of data, they present its own data collection issues. Now, for mathematical data, ito siya, it pertain to creating the mathematical model on which the simulator is based. So, itong type of approach na to is generally used talaga for management simulators. And then, yung mga data dito can be obtained through assumption, expert opinion, focus group, survey, observation, or experimentation. And accordingly, ang pinaka-effective na approach or method that you can use is ang survey. Because it can be used to obtain mga numeric data for use in a management training simulator. Okay, so that's for the mathematical data. How about graphic data naman? So, when you say graphic data, ito yung mga images, PNG, JPEG, ganun. Hindi ko na yan siya i-discuss. Alam naman natin yan. And then, yeah. Now, meron din tayong movie data, so videos. So, we can also gather data through that. So, sound data, this can be used for instructing simulators users, for providing feedback for the user's action. So, maraming mga different formats, no, of sound data. So, meron tayong MIDI at saka WAV. And meron din tayong MP4. Meron din tayong MP3, right? So, itong sound data, very useful to siya kapag ayaw mo magsulat. Kapag on process of interviewing, no? In the process of collecting data. So, this is also an easy way to gather data. Okay. So, tapos na tayo on collecting data. We already know kung ano yung mga data na kailangan natin collect. Now, let's proceed to analyzing those collected data. It is important to note that in management decision training simulator, may dalawang process na gagawin ang practitioner in analyzing input data. So, kailangan niya mag-perform ng statistical analysis at saka suitability analysis. So, yung statistical analysis, it is conducted for input data, no? This is more into yung mga nakuha natin from surveys. So, if the practitioner is developing a management process training simulator, the input data may have been obtained through qualitative survey. And if qualitative survey siya, kailangan natin gumamit ng mga statistical technique. So, example ng statistical technique is ang multiple linear regression. So, you're going to analyze yung nakuha mo na result from the survey using multiple linear regression. Now, that's for analyzing mga input survey data. How about yung images, movie, sound type? How do we analyze that? So, we're going to analyze that using suitability analysis. So, itong suitability analysis, this will primarily be concerned with identifying the best images. Kung saan yung mas valuable, mas klaro, mas detailed, mas useful. Not just the images, but also movies, sound files for training simulator. So actually, this is very time-consuming talaga. because the practitioner might have view and select among tens or even hundreds of images in the case of graphic data before a suitable images is found. So, ano ba yung basis natin for a suitable image? So, a suitable image means that minimal editing lang will be required in order to use the image in the training simulator. So, ito yung mga basis natin for suitable images. Ito, listed here in bullet form. So, hindi ko na siya babasahin lahat. Okay, so that's how we analyze data or input data. Now, what if we need to edit input data? So, let's proceed to that. So, it will probably be necessary for the practitioner to edit both the graphics and sound data para ma-achieve yung desired effects. So, because of the different nature of this type of data, we will examine them individually. So, let's say, what if we edit graphic images? So, ano yung process na gagawin ng practitioner? So, the practitioner may want to edit images for a variety of reasons. So, common reasons include the contrast at saka brightness or size needs to be adjusted, or na yung mga defects of the image, a single object in the image is needed, and the background in the image is needed. Okay, so, itong mga reasons na yan, madali lang yan silang, some of these, specifically itong adjusting the contrast, brightness, or size, madali lang yan silang gawin. You can use any photo editing editor, right? But I think ang time-consuming na pag-edit dito is itong single object in the image is needed kasi I think you have to retake the image, no? But if wala jud of all the different or of all the 100 images na na-include, tanan sila nga na-adjust kulang. So, you have to retake. Wala kang magagawa. Alangan naman i-edit nimo, i-photoshop nimo, diba? So, but if possible naman, no, if kayang gawin na i-photoshop na lang din, much better. But if not, so kailangan mag-retake ka. So, very time consuming. And the background in the image is needed. So, ito din, time consuming din siya kasi you have to retake everything. Right? Okay. So, that's for editing graphic images. Now, how about editing sound files? So, this one. So, the practitioner may also need to edit sound files. So, kailangan din pala. So, editing is usually needed when the sound file involves human speech instruction. So, when the file is recorded, the sound may have any one of the following problems. So, ito yung mga possible problem na may encounter which will require editing. So, too soft, or you get too loud naman. So, when we say too soft, hinay ra kayo, dili madungog. Too loud naman, masyadong, too loud, malakas, sakit sa dunggan. And then, starting delay too long, and ending delay too long. So, kailangan i-edit mo yan kapag ma-encounter yung ganitong problems. So, how to edit? The practitioner can use any sound editing file. So, marami yan. And, pwede din siya maka-add ng mga special effects if the practitioner wants to. Okay, so that's for input data collection.